Looks like we're live. Hey everybody, getting ready to get started here in about a minute. All we're going to need is a mat, a water bottle if you're thirsty, and that's it. All right, here we go. All right, so thanks for joining me today on this Friday. I'm Trainer Buzz, as most of you probably know. Today we're going to do a stretch and recovery class, but it's going to be kind of beginner-based. Basically, I'm going to go through the basic exercises, or stretches rather. Hamstrings, quads, a little bit of calves, and then we'll work our way up to the upper body, shoulders, chest, back, and neck. Try to keep it super simple. We're going to hold the stretch a little bit longer today than we normally do, so probably closer to 45 seconds to a minute. We're just going to take our time, no rush, away we go. So let's start here in a seated position. Feet outstretched in front of us nice and long. We're going to reach our hands nice and gently down towards toes. As far as you can get. For me right now, I'm a little tight, so I'm about mid-shin, maybe just below, and just kind of hold it here and start. Sit up nice and slow. Right back down. This time we're going to reach a little bit further. Start to feel some of that tightness. If you need to grab that ankle or shin, that's okay. We're trying to pull that chest down towards our thighs. Good. Now let's bring that right foot in. So it's going to look something like this. Flat up against the inner side of our left thigh. We're going to try to keep this right knee down towards the floor. Take that left hand and reach for that left foot. You can grab a toe, great. If not, again, you can grab an ankle or shin. And we're just lightly stretching everything. This stretches both our hip and our hamstring. Good, up nice and slow. Switch to the other side. Right leg out, left foot in. Nice and flat. Try to get this knee down first. Then we stretch for the foot. If you grab a toe, great. If not, grab it. Ankle or calf. Again, this knee's got to be down. And up nice and slow. Good. Now we're going to bring both feet together in the middle. We're going to start with a nice little butterfly stretch. Try to pull those heels in as tight as you can. Notice how tall my knees are. That's not what we want to do. We want to try to get them down towards the floor. So if you can't get them down, you can push those feet out a little further. Help them get down a little closer. The goal here is to get them down as close as we can to the floor. You can use your elbows to try to help push them down. Feel a nice stretch here right in your groin. Put those feet back out in front. And now let's see how far we can go. So remember where you grabbed at the beginning. Let's see how much further we can get now. 3, 2, 1, reach, 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 reach. Hopefully you're a little looser. I can get my toes now. Before I was just here. Now I feel like I can grab my toes comfortably. Pull myself in a little closer. Good, and slowly release. Nice. All right, we're going back to single side. So we're going to do a straddler or hurdler stretch. So we're going to take our left leg, bring it straight across parallel to our body. Right leg's going to go back, same thing, nice and straight. So we're making two 90-degree angles, one with our front leg going up and out, and one with our back leg going out and back. Once we get in position here, I want you to slowly start to lean forward. Use your hands as a brace. This is what you start to feel. This is what we're targeting, our left hip. So as soon as you start to feel some tightness there, stop, hold yourself. You can get all the way down to your forearms, even better. This is where we're going to hold. You want to keep that leg straight across. Don't let the heel drop down towards your knee, up and out. Good, and relax. Other side, same thing. Let's get ourselves set. Front leg straight across, back leg straight out. Keep that heel up. Sink down into it. You may notice one side is tighter than the other. That's okay. Take your time working through the stretch. Very good. Up nice and slow. Now let's do one more for our hips. Straight legs again. Right, let's go left. Left foot's going to go over that right knee. Try to pull it in as tight as you can. Brace yourself with your left arm. Right arm comes up, out, across. Tuck it behind that knee. And now you're going to push with this arm to get the knee twist. And you're going to turn your shoulders away from it. So you get kind of two motions here. Knees going this way. Upper body's going that way, targeting that hip. Here we go. You start to cramp or anything, just stop, release it, let it relax, right back into the stretch. Good, and switch. Right foot goes over left, tuck it, elbow across, and twist. right, one more little test before we move up to our feet. I want you to bring those feet together again. Hands up. Let's reach forward. Let's see where we're at now. Hopefully we're even further than we were before. Hold it here briefly. 3 deep breaths. Good. All right. Let's work our way up to our feet. So I'm going to step back here a little bit so you can see. Actually, let's adjust this. There we go. So we're going to start with a nice wide stance. Once you kind of get comfortable here, I want you to start to slowly slide those feet out. So you start feeling a little bit of tension here in your groin. Once you feel it, I want you to take those hips and push them forward. You should really feel that tension pick up. This is where we're going to hold it for a second. You can go arms up a couple times if you want. You can give yourself a couple hugs if you want. You just go hands on your hips. We're just going to hold it here, taking our hips, driving them forward. Opening all this up. As you get a little looser, you can continue to push those feet out. Now we're going to take a deep breath. Exhale, push those hips back and reach the hands down to the floor. Your hands are flat, great. You're on your knuckles, that's okay. Fingertips, whatever you need. We just want to try to bring our upper body down towards our thighs, just like we were when we were on the ground. Then take a deep breath, bend the right knee, kind of lean over to that right side. You should feel a big stretch in the left leg. Back to the middle briefly. Fall down deeper into that stretch if you can. And bend that left knee, lean over to that left side. Ooh, it's a little tighter. If you want to rest your arm here, you can. You can go both hands on the floor, whatever you need to do to really strengthen that right side. I don't know if you can tell either, but if you can, both feet are flat on the ground. We don't want to lift the heel up. We don't want to lift toes up. We want flat feet, big stretch. Good. Back to the middle. Sink down deeper. Crawl those fingertips back behind you if you can. Top of the head gets heavy down to the floor. Hold it here. Big stretch. Good. Slowly stand up. Keep that same distance. And then slowly wiggle your feet in until we're back to shoulder width apart. Once we get about shoulder width apart, I want you to angle those toes out. Some of you may need to go wider if you need to, but we're going to try to keep it shoulder width. And we're going to take a big squat here by pushing our hips back. Getting down nice and low, knees go out. And we're going to squat down into a stance here. So from the front, nice wide stance if you need to. Angle the toes, hips go back, knees go out. Squat down into it. We're going to use those elbows to push on the insides of our knees. Really stretch out that groin. want, you can rock forward onto your hands to get a little bit more of a stretch using your body weight. Otherwise, you can stand here. If you can't get all the way down and you're up here, that's okay. You can use those hands. You just kind of push out on those knees, dropping your hips down nice and slow. We're stretching this. I'm going to go low. Oh. Good. Stand up nice and slow. Now we're going to do a couple big stretches to warm up our shoulders, then we'll go back down to the floor. So bring our feet together, hands out to the side, deep breath, arms up. Arch that low back, lean back. Exhale, bend down, but we're not reaching for the toes. We're just bending, rounding our back, stretching. Slowly stack that spine back up. And again, deep breath, arms up. Arch that back, reach it back. Exhale, bend, round that back, reach down just a little bit. And then slowly stack that spine. One more time. Deep breath, arms up. Arch and reach. Exhale and bend. This time we're going all the way down to those toes. Hopefully we're nice and loosened up so we can get all the way down there, or at least farther than we did the first time. Hold it here briefly. Good. All right. Let's get back down to that mat. We're going to get a little bit of upper body. Let me readjust the camera one more time. There we go. All right. Quick sit if you got it. This is going to be the last few stretches. Okay. We're going to start with those shoulders. So nice and easy to warm them up before we get some of the other stuff. You go legs crossed, legs out, whatever's comfortable for you. I'm going to take that right arm, pull it across our chest, left underneath, behind the elbow. Big pull across, and the key here is taking our chin and trying to tuck it up over that shoulder, looking away. That way you really feel the stretch on the outside. Hold it here. Good. Slowly release. Same thing on the other side. Left arm out and across. Tuck the right arm underneath that elbow. Pull, chin, tuck away. Big pull. Good. Slowly release. All right. Now we're going to go down to this mat. And we're going to do some yoga poses to stretch out that upper body. So we're going to bring our heels and feet together in the back. I like to go knees flared out here, as you can see. If you want, you can go a little closer. But I like to flare them a little bit. Then all we're going to do, from a different angle, is push those hips back on top of our heels with our arms outstretched. And stretch right here. So I'm going to do it from the front first. Knees out, feet together. Big stretch with the arms, hips back. Now the key to make this a real upper body stretch is to take our forearm down to our wrist or hand and push with those areas through the floor. As soon as you start to push down through your elbow and forearm, you're really going to feel a stretch here in your lats and upper back. That's our target. So hips back, get your arms set, and then push down through the floor. You feel a nice stretch in the back. All right, from here I like to go right into another yoga pose by keeping our hands where they are. Just bringing our hips forward, dropping them down to the mat, shoulders go back. So different angle. Arms are still out in front from our pose. Hips come forward, drop them down, shoulders back. I'm going to keep those shoulder blades nice and loose. Our head is up. If you get tired or anything, you can just lower yourself down, take a deep breath, get right back up. We want to keep those hips down and try to get our upper body up, up, up. Good. Let's bring those hips back. This time, this will be easier from the front. We're going to push those hips back on top of our heels. Arms are out in front. But instead of really driving those arms and elbows down through, we're going to take our right arm, palm up, slide it underneath our left armpit, and try to bring that shoulder down to the mat. You really feel a nice stretch here on the outside of the shoulder. The key, too, is we don't want to go back at an angle towards our knee. We want to keep this arm up, nice and straight across our chest, down slow with the upper body, and you're really going to feel it right here on the outside. Try to keep those hips back on those heels. Big stretch here. Good. Up and reset. Take that left arm, same thing. Palm up, straight across the chest. Lower down on top. Good. Back to the front. One more time, dropping those hips forward, chest out. Good. All right, speaking of our chest, I want you to brace yourself with your right arm. Take your left arm nice and straight, palm down this time. Now notice it's going to feel like it's locked. That's what we want. We want to lock that palm on the floor like we're Spider-Man climbing a wall. From this position, we're going to drop this left shoulder down towards the floor and turn away. As soon as you start to do that, you should feel a nice stretch here in your front delt and most of your chest. So keep that hand stuck and kind of turn, pull away from it, trying to open up that chest. You can lean forward to kind of hit a different angle. You can push those hips back. We want to stretch and open this area right here. A lot of tension built up there. Also stretches our bicep a little bit too, which is a tough area. Good. Back to the middle. Brace yourself with your left. Right arm goes out. Nice and stuck. Drop the shoulder. Look away. Hips can go back. Big stretch. Hips can come forward. Good. All right, one more to wrap it up. It's going to finish with what we started with. Bringing those feet together. Let's see how far we can get this time. So you remember where you were at the beginning? I was somewhere around here. Let's see. Let's take a deep breath. Sit up nice and tall. Arms up. Exhale and reach. Whoa. I'm way far down. I don't know if you can tell that. But I'm like almost mid-foot now with my legs flat. So it just goes to show that, taking the time, stretching the right areas, breathing through everything. Muscles just need time to warm up, so you're more flexible than you know. All right, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So thanks for joining me today for Stretch and Recovery. I'm Buzz, like I said. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can email us at virtualwellness@trihealth.com. Give us a like here on the video, tell your friends, family, and tune in next week. Bye.